Man, I really wish I could play Carnival for 2024. Carnival in 2024.
Have no fear, your King Chihuahua is here. My band Bacchanal and I had teamed up with King Lottery, and for only $10, you could get yourself a chance to jam with Bacchanal's tribe for this Carnival 2024.
2024?
2024.
And it's only $10?
$10 at every location.
I was just thinking about jumping.
What are you waiting on? Come on.
Oh my God, thank you so much. I'm about to call my friends and let them know right now. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Hey girl, let me just tell you, I'm about to go to King Lottery. Yes, $10 and you can get a chance to win a free costume and jump with Bacchanal Tribe. Yes, at King Lottery. Girl, I'm right around the corner. All right, cool. Bye. I'm about to go over there right now.
Good day. How can I help you today?
Hi, good day. You know, the Road Match King told me that I can get a $10 raffle ticket right here to jump Carnival in 2024 and get a free costume.
Yes, ma'am. That's exactly correct. How much tickets would you like to take?
So one ticket is $10. Okay, you know what? Give me two.
Sure, no problem. That's $20. Thank you.
Welcome to another episode of Speak the Truth. I am your humble host, Earl Levons Sr. And first, I'd like to apologize to the viewers. I know I took 2 weeks off. The reason for that is because I wanted to restructure. I wanted to restructure and also get the right exposure. By that, I put my stuff on my episodes on YouTube now. You can search for Earl Levons Sr. on YouTube, and then there we go. We'll have I'm on YouTube now, guys. Speak the Truth. I also have a better package of delivery coming for you guys. I wanted to touch on topics that I wanted to touch on, stuff that that I wanted to debate on, and I was just stuck talking about a foundation that I was no longer part of, So, and with that, I launched my YouTube channel, and one of my exes reached out to me, and I appreciate that because she gave me a chance to apologize and try to make amends for the stuff that I did. Now that I'm mature and more grown over the stuff that I did, and apologize. And I did that, I think I was able to mend a friendship that we had first. We were friends before we became lovers, and I think we're back friends again, and I was able to, and I'm happy for that. And it also showed me something that I'll know I'm waiting for her to take accountability like I did. I took accountability for the stuff I did. I apologized for the stuff I did, show her maturity, growth, and development over our relationship that happened like almost 6 years ago. We were over like maybe 4 to 6 years ago, we've been over. So now I'm apologizing for the stuff that I did, from how I reacted to the stuff that I did and how I could have better did things. And I know I still waiting for her to take one accountability. I know she can't take one accountability. I know I have had no apologies for nothing she did wrong, nothing she instigated, nothing she innovated. And then I started to realize that women are just that, bro. Women are just unaccountable. And if a man has to decide to be with a woman, he just have to settle. and that's the problem. Men of virtue, men of status now, if you have to be with a woman, you have to settle, because they're going to settle. You understand? They're going to settle for whoever taking care of them financially, whoever taking them physically, They don't even have to love the person. They just like how they treat them, so they're going to settle. But man, we're not going to do those things, you understand? And that's what made me realize is that, sometimes things happen for the better because some people never grow up and they never want to take accountability for what they made you do them or what they treated you or how they treated you, And it's all about how you expand your horizon as well. And which brings me to my interviewer, Sean Fleming, a good friend of mine, my neighbor as well. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, we're going to have a great conversation. I want to pick your mind. You're somebody that I appreciate.
Likewise,
because, yeah, man, of course, because I know how hard it is to leave your home country, your island, leave your place where you grew up at, your home, your place of comfort, your love, and go in a foreign country and try to make it on your own account. And everybody who has done that, I applaud them because I know how hard that is to do, And that's why I can't really relate to anybody locally living who are achieving things and never actually went abroad and tried to achieve things because Semat is not a real place, you understand? And I'm glad you laughed because I met Duran mother yesterday. I met Miss Duran, Egbert Duran mother, the minister, Romy mother yesterday. Yeah. Tried to shake her hand and she was like acting like my hand had cancer or AIDS. Like, I don't know, man. She was fronting like I was not trying to introduce myself. And she was like, yeah, you look a little tall. And then I'm like, bro, these people are superficial. Because you're a York in St. Martin. So that matters. But You get outside of St. Martin with that, bro. People wouldn't even. She probably wouldn't have a job.
I hear you.
But then you acting and styling people who actually made it outside of St. Martin, who can't make it outside of St. Martin. And you're styling those kind of people, them. You understand what I'm saying? Trying to look down on them, trying to ostracize them is the word they have in St. Martin, because they know they are a threat, because they can't survive if we were able to thrive. They can't survive if the regular people who actually have the experience were able to actually qualify and thrive, bro.
Okay.
You understand? So with that, I say welcome back to St. Martin, bro. You know what I'm saying? How was your start? How was your trip abroad?
How was my stay?
Yeah, how was the difference in living abroad and then locally, bro? That's the first question I have for you.
Okay, so I left St. Martin at a young age. I left around 18, 19.
Nice.
Before I left, I did my GED to be able to get into American Business School in Paris.
Nice.
So just to make it short, I chose to go to Paris as a second choice. I wanted to play basketball and get into the US. At the time, there were camps. There were basketball camps, and so some of the names and the families you mentioned were also in charge of all of the activities and the scouts coming down and so on.
And that's why it never progressed or prospered. You understand why now?
I'm hearing you.
No, I hope so. No, because we have a great conversation, bro.
Yeah,
because,
speaking the truth, you know.
No, because
honestly, you're putting me on the spot here.
and
but,
bro, and that's why I have you, because bro,
it's a hot seat.
Nah, and it is, and not bro, not much
It's a
people,
hot seat.
not much people could take it, because I'm not gonna play with them. We're gonna speak
Listen.
some truth here that these people them not gonna understand what we talking about. But I'm gonna call names so that at any given time that they want to go and Google it to verify what we say here, they can do that. You understand? So yeah, man, go ahead, because that program is finished. I remember when we had it's called a farm system, and we had a great farm system here. Aruba has a great farm system for baseball as well. The French side has a great farm system for soccer. They had for soccer as well, but we don't have that anymore.
My hand's sweating. Listen, on the basketball, the person in charge of the basketball was trying to compromise the young men to sleep with them in order for their I-20 farm, and because I went away with a guy called Sebastian Virtues. I didn't even come here with the intention of speaking about that, so
well,
God is
bigger than we, man. God is bigger than we.
So
Okay, good.
there was, you know, some of the people know the story. The person that was in charge of the recruiting and stuff did make me an offer to sleep with me in order to push forward my work. And I am not playing basketball because I chose not to sleep with him. So that was the true reason for me not being able to go away for basketball. But I was averaging 16 to 20 points.
Bro, I know you're my neighbor, eh?
7
Bro,
assists.
I know you're my neighbor, bro. You don't gotta tell me how beast of a person was. And this is why, and that's, bro, this is not planned. Was it planned?
No.
This is random questioning that I'm giving you. You understand? Yeah. And because I just felt something was there. God is big. We keep in mind that. That's that questioning for. You understand? God is big. And I'm sorry that happened to you, but I would like to apologize. And this is why I'm fighting hard to save the next generation.
Yeah, my family was involved. I explained. We had a conversation with that person who was in charge of looking over the youth and in contact with the scouts and so. Excuse me. And at the time I was young, when I think back on it, it wasn't handled well. You know, because in those situations, it's like, unless it's rape, especially
unless
for
it
men,
happens, and they get catch,
and they get caught.
It's not really a problem.
You would have to provide evidence. And as men, let's say somebody put you into a submissive position, because this is not young men engaging with each other in homosexuality. This is someone that's knowing you're most probably heterosexual. This idea is being introduced to you, and now you're vulnerable. They are in a position of power, and they are using their position of power to compromise your masculinity,
your man, your integrity, and turn you, bro.
Via sodomization, you know. So yeah, that took place. So the basketball didn't work out. So I got as far as going to Richmond, Virginia, saw the high school where I would stay, saw the university where Iverson was at, met the coaches, met head coaches and everything. I performed really well in a basketball camp over there. But yeah, fell through the cracks. I don't know if that.
No, because
expression
you don't
probably
have the foundation or the support system like a farm system supposed to have. When they sent you, they're supposed to take care of you so that way all you do is play basketball. But we have to provide your food, your daily living, pay your rent, pay your bills. My son went to my son also had high aspirations to be a basketball star. He got full scholarship, full ride to a basketball scholarship. He went to play basketball. But he didn't get a full scholarship for he had a full scholarship for his scholastic stuff, but he didn't get a full scholarship for his on-campus living. So he had to work to pay for his room and board still, you know what I'm saying? And and when he got to that living, he realized that, bro, like, and then he saw those houses on a full scholarship, full room and board, just over excelling because they had the time, the leisure to put in over him.
Of course, you don't have to go and flip burgers at McDonald's because you have to pay.
After practice, before practice, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to double kill yourself.
Yeah.
You could actually take the necessary time to heal your body and rejuvenate and be ready for the next day to give your all and learn. So once he told me that, he said, Daddy, I will never be able to be successful on it because the foundation is not legit. Yes, they want me to play ball, but they got me worse than a slave, bro. I got to walk. And then still show up to play ball. I gotta make sure I work to get paid to pay my rent in my dorm, and then still show up and play ball, get grades, still is. You say this is crazy.
Yeah, I have to maintain that grade point average.
Still
so
crazy, bro.
You don't lose the scholarship.
Okay, good.
So I had already been traveling. So thanks to Boys in the Yard being on that part of the French side.
Shout out to Boys in the Yard too.
Yeah, shout out to Steve.
Shout out to Dakwa and them. Let's keep going.
Really
Juice them. You know?
really changing the platform of basketball, introducing rings and everything.
St. James,
so
yes.
I could say Steele and those men play a big part in my upbringing in the direction of where I am today. Even if I'm not doing basketball, I'm more into defense and martial arts and all of these things. A lot of the discipline and those values.
But the constructiveness we had.
Yeah, come from there.
In St. James, we didn't, back in the days, I'm a Boys in the Yard as well. Back in the days, that's what we did. As we came home, we went to the basketball court on Bellevue. We had rims, we had everything, and the Boys in the Yard were there.
We
know
had
what I'm saying?
nights
until 2 a.m. In the morning. We would battle against each other. You know what I'm saying? That was we would exert our energies on a daily basis, the basketball courts.
Yeah.
You know, and then on the weekend we would have practice. They have like constructive. We would run, you know what I'm saying, bike, and then they would train us, you know, and develop our shot there, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Boys in the Yard for real. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate them, and we don't have those kind of systems anymore. That's why
the court is broken on.
I tried to fight for it so long, you know what I'm saying, with Paul White.
It's privatized property.
Yeah, boo, because they want the parking for the supermarket. How you gonna take the parking for the supermarket? How are you going to turn the basketball court into the parking for the supermarket?
You're just shutting down the future of.
And now they want to know why. And now they want to know why there's a block now in St. James and why there's more gangster and gangsterism activities in St. James now because we never had that before because we had.
I don't smoke personally because I was always dedicated to basketball, so that was one of the reasons I don't smoke. Not that I don't know how to do so. I know how to grow. I'm a proficient grower. All of these things, being around the Rastafarian community too, knowing about plants and fruits and all of these things. But because of basketball and Boys in the Yard, that's one of the elements that played into me not smoking.
Correct.
So anyway, so that didn't work out. I went to American Business School. I live near Paris, and the school was in the 10th arrondissement. So I chose Paris and not Holland because all of my friends that I went to school with were there, and I know myself not to be in that environment to get involved in the wrong things. I just put myself in a whole new environment where I don't know anyone. So that was the reasoning behind me choosing France. I was not fluent in French. I was studying other things in school, although I maintained a good grade point average, but my French was weak. So my first time going into really public transportation outside of vacation, because when you're on vacation, it's one thing. You're in vacation mode, it's leisure, you're enjoying yourself, but here I was living, catching the trains, having to come off at the right stop. The weather was different. The weather was wild to me, although I went up there like in the middle of September. It was like September 9th to the 15th, within that week, week 2. So yeah, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. I was surviving off of the money that my parents were sending me because.
Well, at least thank God that they switched over to the franc side, because to the euro side, they keep the francs like the Dutch side, they could not support you.
Yeah, that played a role.
So and I just want to say, like, thanks for coming back home though. You understand? You could have stayed away, stayed abroad. You know what I'm saying, and just took this experience and this and not brought it back to contribute to St. Martin. You understand? We know we have a fight here in St. Martin. but I like to fight with people who understand the same levels that I understand, you know. And again, you're well versed in governing or how governments work and function, but also the gripes of them, you know.
Yeah, because I stayed in France. I lived in different cities. You know, I moved around a lot in France. I met my ex-wife when I didn't go to French school, so I met her. I met her while I was in Paris. So I didn't know her before, although we had friends in common life. As I'm
so since you brought that up, shout out to Cassandra Fleming, you know what I'm saying?
The mother of my child, Maria Khalifa.
All right, good.
There's always respect for her.
Awesome, man. I mean, and we know her as well. I know her as well. So that's why I'm picking her up. You understand?
She's a very intelligent and active person as well. So,
awesome.
You know.
Very Pro-centric and Afrocentric. And all Afrocentric people and Pro-centric people, you know what I'm saying? We culture for us, I fall and happy with.
So my son has all of that poured into him.
Awesome, man.
So I met her in a difficult time because my family had went through the loss in St. James with the loss of my cousin.
Yeah.
So even going up there is like there was a lot of sadness in going up there as well. Then I moved on to the south to be with my ex-wife at the time, Cassandra Fleming. I got a job with the state. So I was in sector development. They call it urbanism. So I really got a taste of how the government works when budgets are being redistributed to districts, and that money is allocated into fixing the streets, fixing the schools, building daycares, the creche, public transportation, having buses pass through lines, if it's public, if it's privatized. So I got to sit in meetings with the police, with sector development, with social housing, with the firemen and everything, how they intervene. Just the politics of how everything is interdependent on each other. I really got a taste of that in French, of course. So they had to send me to Remise à Niveau to strengthen, which is it's like a back to school type of program, because it was for people without a degree, so and a high school diploma, and I didn't have a high school diploma, so that little gray area allowed me to get the school in. So from there, I also moved around. I was going to the UK a lot. Eventually, I got into doing online business, and so.
Well, you got me get a Revolut account.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that.
So I learned about. I learned about that, having a lot of African friends, and seeing how much difficulty they have when you're considered a third class citizen.
No, but okay, and that's thank you for bringing that full circle.
Yeah.
That is the epiphany of our experience abroad. That is what I want. That is the lesson that I would want everybody to take back when they go abroad. Is that living in another foreign. I went to America, bro. I grew up with Indian Nikhil Kukreja, one of my best friends. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the Indians.
Yeah, man. You know. So, and then I had some Guyanese, Suriname people, them, you know what I'm saying, Kennedy, the Silver, them, you understand? They had some coolie hair, clear skin, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so, I never knew racism. I never knew being black. I was blacker than, I never knew that, bro. I never heard that concept.
The same here.
Never had that concept.
You can't understand racism when you come from Somalia. Yeah. You might understand maybe colorism.
You understand? But so then when I got to America, bro, and then they had this thing running with, you know what I'm saying? You know how it was a culture shock to me, bro, because I'm black and you got something running against me that I don't even know exists. Imagine that. Imagine getting to America and realizing that they hate you. They hate your black ass.
Yeah. You
understand? And you don't know why. You like, bro, I didn't ask to be black. If I had a choice, I'd want to be white with blue eyes. You don't know the system. You don't know you know what I'm saying?
The irony of
you know what I'm saying?
I got exposed to Malcolm X. Well, before I left, Shujarev gave me a book. He gave me the autobiography of Malcolm X.
Wow. That's what he gave you?
Yeah.
You read it from cover to cover?
Yeah.
Oh, it's awesomeness, man. At least you gave prepared.
Yeah.
I got a shock of my life.
Richnal Pantoflet, which is Bakari.
Yeah, Bakari.
He gave me a Malcolm X DVD.
Wow.
With his speeches. So I met him on the airport, everything very serious, and he's like, take this. And Shuja was like, take this. So everybody gave me some tools and they planted seeds in me. So
I went to Martin Luther King Junior High School, and that was big. That was the first influential of me, because that was how I started to fight back.
Okay.
I didn't understand what was going on. You believe you me? I didn't understand racism. I didn't understand what was going on. When I couldn't understand what was going on, bro. You know what I'm saying? And people don't really understand how hard it was me to integrate into America once I understood that they have a racism. The whole society is foundation is built on racism.
Yeah, it's built on servitude, indentured servants, or however
Well,
you class it.
a social class or system where you look at people and the whites believe and they look at the blacks as lower class citizens. Yeah. That's it. They act accordingly. Everybody acts accordingly in that manner. That is what I couldn't understand. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah. One of my last places before coming to St. Martin, I lived in a French village at the border of Geneva, Switzerland. And
nice.
I see St. Martin on the level, that side of Switzerland.
How you mean?
I believe that St. Martin could be one of the best countries in the world. It is one of the best countries of the world. It's just the attitude is poor. You know?
Well, I no longer stand on that. I'm glad you bring it to that. I no longer stand
I can explain why I say so.
You go first, and Alex, and I'll play the bad cop. Go ahead.
Okay, so one of the first things that I really liked about Geneva is that they have neighboring countries here on the border of Germany, which is Zurich. So they have a German part, they have an Italian part, they have a French part. So there's all of these languages because of the neighboring countries. So when you go there on the bus, you're hearing German, Italian, French, Spanish, and all of these languages. And the service, you go to a government building, or anything that belongs to the state, which is libraries included as well. The people that are there, the security, they are dressed in suits. So it's like there's this luxury, as we were speaking about. There's this, they respect
pride in the job, the functioning job that they do in providing for their system.
There's pride.
For the country and for their service, correct?
Yeah, there's pride.
A big difference in St. Martin.
St. Martin has the infrastructure.
Correct.
In place.
Correct.
There is a system in place,
correct,
but the attitude is poor.
Well, the system in place is corruption and theft. And as long as that, because I've always said, and I'm always going to say this again, bro, the civil servants are the problem. You may not be watching or following all my politics or how long, but the civil servants are the problem. Because again, bro, do you know how much civil servant has to be corrupt for the paperwork to be pushed corruptly? At any given time, the minister cannot push a corrupt paperwork by himself. He can't. He can't do nothing corrupt by himself. The minister cannot be corrupt by himself.
So it's interdependent.
Beside this,
there needs to be a network
of corruption. There needs corruption. There need to be a, you understand?
Trying to use some nice words.
No. Speak the truth, bro. We had to speak the truth. Speak the truth, bro. So the civil servant that picks up the corrupt paperwork, known that is corrupt, pushes it to the next department. The next department that picks up the corrupt paperwork, knows that it's corrupt, pushes it to the next signing season, pushing it to the next department. That whole process is the problem.
Yeah.
So St. Martin can never aspire to do nothing than try not to go to a Trinidad, Haiti, Venezuela level. No, let me talk about that.
Or Barbados.
Or Barbados level. Yeah. You understand? There was a prime minister. Okay, the people in power are money hungry over their civil responsibility. That's how I want to start this. The people in power in St. Martin are money hungry. They're money hungry over their civil responsibility and duties. Because if you're giving away the bid to the highest bidder, you're giving away the bid to the highest bidder. Hear me out now. To the highest bidder, then you don't care about the country or the St. Martin.
Right.
Because there's a kickback system in place, which means that if there's a kickback system in place, I'm not going to tell you this. If the ministry them give you some money, they want some of that money to give you back in their own pockets, in their own coffers. If you're not going to be able to do that, you can't come through with them.
Okay.
Bro. But St. Martin, I'm going to warn you very well. There was a person named, and I'm going to tell you something about Trinidad. I'm going to start with Trinidad. Because nobody's going to believe what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. Trinidad money was worth more than American dollars. One more time, I'm repeating myself. The Trinidad dollar was, at one point in our history, was worth more than the American dollar. Then they had one man, the second prime minister of Trinidad, named George Chambers. George Chambers. Look it up. Ask any older Trinidad person, not our age, because I'm still having a hard time locating concrete information and facts. But the old heads that I find in Trinidad, they put me on the right path. You understand? They put me on the right path. And Mr. George Chambers is the reason, single-handedly, is the reason why Trinidad currency is no longer valued more than American currency. And let me explain you what happened. I'm not so sure, and I'll have to verify for the next time. Time was short when I got this information. I wanted to bring it forward. Trinidad has an oil refinery, do they not?
Yes.
So they have their own natural resources, so they could peg the dollar too. So, same way like Saudi Arabia, do they not? What's the difference between, when you tell people about Arab money, what do we consider Arab money? Oil money. But there are places in the world like Venezuela. Why is Venezuela not a Saudi Arabia?
Right.
Why is Guyana?
Diamonds, oil.
Why is
gold.
Suriname, diamonds, oil, not a Saudi Arabia? Why is, again, Trinidad, Haiti, all these places that have natural resources, they have oil refineries, they have their own natural oil refineries, natural gas. They have their own. Trinidad has his own oil refineries, like Saudi Arabia. But yet, when you talk about Arab money and you talk about Saudi Arabia, we only know that we only understand oil money enough in Saudi Arabia. How is that? Why is that possible? Because in Saudi Arabia, they have faith. There's a faith-based governance system there. There's a Muslim nation. They have to do faith. They have to do right by God. So they're doing right. That's why I'm Muslim. Yeah. And that's why you're Muslim as well. Okay, good. Because we just understand that you just have to do right. You just have to do right. There's a punishment for not doing right. That's just what it is. That's the laws that God has set up here. There's a punishment for not doing right. And that is why the white people are thriving, because they do right. That's it. It's not a color complex. They have set us up, black people up, to do wrong. We shaking our ass and materialistic, you know what I'm saying, and independent. The independent women in the feminism movement, but I identify as a man, and they can identify whatever they want to identify with, you know what I'm saying, and they want equal rights. But I don't change nothing, because you asked me a simple question. You asked me a question about, and people, and there's a question now that going around that Kelsey, the Titan, he left his Kayla for Taylor Swift, because, and I'm watching it, and the only thing that intrigues me is that Taylor Swift is $739 million more than Kayla, but Kayla's already a millionaire. So how much money do you really need to be happy, bro? You understand what I'm saying? If that's the case, then how much money do you really need to be happy? Because a millionaire's a millionaire, bro. Like, what the? Yeah. But society has shown me that they be like, yeah, buy 740 million. Even the man now be like, yeah, I'm like, bro.
So he left one partner that was word?
$1 million and a baddie. She was a baddie, bro, but she was not Taylor Swift. Okay. But Taylor Swift don't even appease to me or look like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, but then somebody told me it's because, bro, that the elites in the society of the white culture would not allow him to stay there and be happy with a black woman. She's black, bro. That's the reason why he left her. She's black. Kayla's black. Beautiful woman. She deserves everything that she has coming for her, but she can't get it from him because he's Travis Kelce is white. He needs to go with a white partner to build everything. But they understand that. Even they understand that.
So it's a social class.
It's a social construct to keep them in power and keep them in power at all times. The white people would never be treated as the white people. Chinese people would never be treated as the Russian people, the Indian people. Only the people that don't understand structure in life.
Culture.
And so St. Martin will never make it. St. Martin, if we don't elect competent, educated people to run the country, then anybody of them could be a George Chambers. You see what Grisha was trying to do with the loans from the finance minister to try to refinance, and all the loans. We got $600 million of loans now we're taking to pay off Enya. That going into our pocket, but we got to pay that back. So, again, St. Martin, election time is coming up. He'll be back. He'll definitely be back. Because I ain't finished with him yet. Because we're just getting good. George Chambers from Trinidad, second prime minister, look him up. Single-handedly took Trinidad currency from being more than American currency to down near third world status now. I already explained to you that they don't miss the train already on shoot you now your foot because they didn't take the guilders. They kept the guilders instead of empowering you to do the euros. We have to be mindful about the rest of the decision that they make now. St. Martin, you have to be mindful about the decision that they're making now. So with that, down to our final minute, I'll let you have it. Sean?
Yeah, the first thing I noticed as I came back here is that the basic things that make up a civilization, roads, water, food, is out of control here. And
it's a money graph for those things here.
Those are the basic things that make up a civilization.
American told me, I said, he said your cigarettes and your alcohol is cheaper than your food. What kind of society are you? An American told me that. He said, bro, your alcohol and your cigarettes, your drugs, cigarettes, your alcohol is cheaper than your food prices, bro. What is wrong with y'all?
How is that possible?
How is that even possible, bro?
Yeah.
Okay, we a party and you could tell we our priorities and what we're trying to push.
Yeah.
You know, that's why we got 400 juvies and not for all like here. Because that's what they want to push. But as far as changing the currency to empower the people and to make sure that we are spending power economically, they don't have that. They don't have the concern. To try to hold the people of Enya responsible and try to see if they could pay them back, or the people that took the money. To try to know they're not responsible for that. They want to put the loan on our back so we could pay it back. And my time is up.
Thank you.
Yo, thanks for having me. Thanks for having me. We're gonna have to do this again because we have to continue from where we left off at. All right, Sean? Boom. Love.
Man, I really wish I could play Carnival for 2024. Carnival 2024.
Have no fear, your King Chihuahua is here. My band Bacchanal and I had teamed up with King Lottery, and for only $10, you could get yourself a chance to jam with Bacchanal's tribe for this Carnival 2024.
2024?
2024.
And it's only $10?
$10 at every location.
I was just thinking about jumping.
What are you
Carnival.
waiting on? Come on.
Oh my God, thank you so much. I'm about to call my friends and let them know right now. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Hey girl, let me just tell you, I'm about to go to King Lottery. Yes, $10 and you can get a chance to win a free costume and jump with Bacchanal Tribe. Yes, at King Lottery. Girl, I'm right around the corner. All right, cool. Bye. I'm about to go over there right now.
Good day. How can I help you today?
Hi, good day. You know, the Road Match King told me that I can get a $10 raffle ticket right here to jump Carnival in 2024 and get a free costume.
Yes, ma'am. That's exactly correct. How much tickets would you like to take?
So one ticket is $10. Okay, you know what? Give me two.
Sure, no problem. That's $20. Thank you.